And good morning. Welcome inside Studio AP. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Gary Williams, the Masters champion. Trevor Immelman will get a little weepy later. It's his last day with us in studio for the year. Jeff Shackelford, Charlie Reimer, the rest of the gang. It's a special day. Great charity event for one of our colleagues. We'll get to Carl Robinson, who's out at that event in just a couple of minutes. Good morning, gentlemen.
How's it going?
Good. I know your toe hurts, but you feel good. Your Clemson Tigers won Saturday night.
It was a fantastic weekend for me.
I know it was. And we will get a little emotional with you.
Yeah, I know. Well, especially him.
Why, is he leaving?
He's leaving.
Baby. How about Mr. Green Jacket over there?
What?
Gave me a little tip last time he was in last week. Said go to a shorter shaft in my driver, a little heavier. When played yesterday down at Reunion, hitting it a little better. Found every one of my golf balls I hit off the tee box yesterday. That's a big improvement for me.
Not all my tips work for everybody, just in case. I just got lucky with Charlie.
You've got a long day, Mr. Secretary. You got a big meeting for the
annual
North Florida
meeting
section.
Yeah.
I know that.
Looking forward to that.
I know you are.
Yeah,
I know you are. You played
I got a
golf
big
yesterday?
script I got to read. I'm a little nervous about that.
Okay, can we get a camera on that, please, as we say good morning to Lauren Thompson. How are you, LT?
Charlie's going to do just fine. We have no doubt about it. But looking at today's top stories, Hideki Matsuyama added to his remarkable 2016 with a win Sunday at the Hero World Challenge. The sixth-ranked player in the world entered the final round 7 strokes ahead of the field and wrapped things up with a 2-shot victory to capture his 4th win in 5 worldwide individual starts. On to the host, though, Tiger Woods, whose first competitive event in nearly 16 months, brought on a solo 15th place finish in the 18-player field. Woods' 4 rounds of 73, 65, 70, and a final 76 included 24 birdies, the most of the field, but also a colorful scorecard with the most double bogeys, too. Now for a trip down under, where Harold Varner III captured his first professional title at the Australian PGA Championship. The 26-year-old American, who last year had a runner-up finish, fired 9 birdies as part of a closing 65, 2 clear of Andrew Dote and 4 ahead of major champion Adam Scott. Meanwhile, in Daytona Beach, Florida, J. Marie Green sunk a 20-footer on the 90th hole to earn medalist honors at the final stage of LPGA qualifying school. 3 of the top 4 finishers were from the United States, with a total of 13 countries represented amongst the players that finished in a top 20 to earn full status on the LPGA Tour for 2017. But going on today, though, an impactful event hosted by one of Golf Channel's very own, being staged not too far down the road from us here in Studio AP, where we join up with Cara Robinson and the man behind the December Classic. Good morning, you two.
Indeed we do, Lauren. Thank you. Yes, delighted to be joined by Rich Leonard this morning. How are you doing,
Morning,
Rich?
Cara.
We had a wonderful...
Sleep deprived.
Oh, yeah, but that's good because you've been giving back, and we're going to get to just that. We know that golf is one of the wonderful things that our sport does is gives back. It gives back to charity, and annually golf raises about $3.9 billion in the United States for different charities. This event, Rich, is just one example of an event that does that. This is the 17th annual December Classic. Just remind our viewers what it's about.
We raise money for the neonatal intensive care unit at the Winnie Palmer Hospital for women and babies. It's labor of love for a lot of people. We have tremendous support from people like you. You were very generous last night. Colleagues at the Golf Channel, so many tour professionals, from Tony Jacklin to Nick Faldo, to Hollis Stacy, to Dow Finsterwald, who came last night, Jim Herman, Honor Bon Lahiri, Chris DeMarco. It's a long list of pros from in and around the area who reach into their heart and they give back, because that's what Arnold would have wanted. You know, Arnold said with regards to the hospital that he was always really proud of his playing career, but he was more proud of what he was able to do for the children, the legacy he left behind, and that at some point we can't always take, we have to give. And for a sport that's been so good to my family, I grew up around the game. My dad had a driving range. It's the least we can do is to give a little something back.
And you started that off last night with a wonderful evening in memory of Arnold Palmer as well at Bay Hill Club and Lodge. I was lucky enough to attend. You had a host of stellar guests, many of whom you've mentioned and will be teeing it up today. What was it that prompted you 17 years ago to start all of this?
Well, we actually started raising money for some other charities in the area, and then as we went along, it just made so much sense with the connection, obviously, to golf. to jump in with the neonatal intensive care unit. We had seen the work they were doing. We had met Dr. Alexander, who is he's the Arnold Palmer of baby doctors. He's just an all-time good soul and legend, and so it was just a really good fit.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to a fabulous day ahead. The weather is going to be spectacular. This driving range is going to be filling up behind us, and we will be speaking to several guests, some of the notables in the field you can see on the screen at the moment. But let's just turn our attention now to Tiger Woods. Of course, he returned this past week, finishing at 4 under par down in the Bahamas. Rich, what was your take on seeing Tiger play competitively again?
My take is, number one, he's healthy again, and he's dripping sweat. He's pumping fists, and he's fully engaged, and that's good. And he hits some quality shots. I mean, you know, there was stellar iron play. He had some pop in his driver. The old Scotty Cameron putter's working. But you know, in the big picture, when you think about Jordan Spieth winning in Australia, we know Jason Day is going to return strong. Dustin Johnson at the top of his game. McIlroy winning the FedEx Cup. And now Tiger in the mix. And I'm not suggesting Tiger is at that level by any stretch right now, but the possibility that he could work toward that makes 2017 incredibly exciting. And I think the one thing that has been missing, as we have all sort of fallen in love with this new generation, is Tiger at his best against McIlroy, Spieth, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day at their best. It's not a guarantee that that's going to happen, but that possibility now exists, and that would be incredible.
That's what we all want, isn't it? That is what everyone wants to see. The Tiger babies playing against the guy that inspired all of them. Well, it was wonderful to see him compete this weekend. Not perhaps finishing in the best way, 4 over par yesterday, but some promising signs indeed. We'll see what we see out on the golf course here today. Are you going to be playing?
I'm floating. I get I just get to bounce around. How's your game right now?
We'll find out in a few hours. I need to get practicing, which I will do, but I'm looking forward to it. Rich Lerner with us here at the December Classic. We'll be back with the likes of Nick Faldo, Aniban Lahiri, Sam Saunders, all to join us today. But for now, we'll say good morning to Charlie Reimer.
All right, Cara, Rich, great to hear from you guys. I know you're going to have a great time down there today. Right now, with Mr. Green Jacket here, let's talk a little bit, Trevor, your take, big picture, Tiger Woods, what we saw from him in the Bahamas over this past week.
Well, I saw a lot of positives, Charlie, not only from his health, playing 4 rounds, actually, really getting there since the Saturday before, so being there for 8 days, playing some golf every day. Didn't look like his back tightened up at all, really, throughout the week. And to be quite honest, with the limited amount of time that him and Chris Como have had to play and practice, I thought the gains that they made in his technique was substantial. I know we saw a few, I think I wanted to say 7 or 8 double bogeys, and he's definitely going to want to clean all of that up. But so many birdies, and I saw a lot of good shots and a lot of good chips, and I thought the putting was really good.
Yeah, in fact, nobody in the field made more birdies and eagles than Tiger Woods did. Okay, let's drill down a little bit and look at his pitching. There were some questions that needed to be answered about his pitching. Let's go back. This is actually this same event in 2014. We saw some of this from Tiger, not so good.
That's right, and you can see here as we run through the shot, he's quite wide on his backswing, and then he gets a little wipey to the left. And you can see with players who struggle to find good contact, or who are struggling in that moment to find good contact, you see a lot of wipe left and tilt back with the spine.
And then at Waste Management early last year, more of the same type of stuff?
Yeah, different style of shot that he's going for here. He's going for a lob shot. You can see he's turned that face open. He rotates the forearms and wrists more going back, but then just tilts back on it and catches the leading edge there. And like I said, when guys are struggling to find the bottom, for some or other reason, you see most guys tilt back with their spine. The left arm has to separate through impact, and that's where contact becomes really dicey.
But this week, very much improved around the greens, the same type of pitch shots.
Absolutely. I saw some distinct adjustments that they made. First of all, standing closer to the ball, standing the shaft up, so the shaft's a little bit more upright at the address position. And if we roll this one here, you will see a bit more, even from this angle, more of a draw shape, and you can see that right hand getting into impact there. A lot more release with his right hand, and you can see he felt comfortable with where the bottom of his arc was going to be, and he went ahead and pinched that one nice one. And this is a beautiful angle. You can see stand a little closer, shaft more vertical there, and you can see him add his right hand through impact, and that club head stay out in front of him right there. and that's beautiful contact again. And I saw a lot of great little shots. I saw him chip it to like gimme distance various times in the 4 days, and I thought that was pretty good bounce back.
Yeah, all in all, a lot of improvement from Tiger in a lot of areas. Great stuff, Trevor. Let's go check in with Gary right now. Gary?
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. Jeff and I are going to have a chance to do a little postscript on what the media reaction was now that this event is over in relation to Tiger Woods. But let's talk about the dynamics of this event. It's not official money. It's not an official win for Hideki Matsuyama, but it is official world rankings for everybody in the field. Tiger Woods was 898th coming into the week. He's now 650th, and he beat 2 players in a 17-man field. Do you like this?
I don't. No, and I don't think anybody feels comfortable with the entire event, everybody in the field getting points. And there has to be some solution, I think. But, when you put that many good players together, obviously you feel like there should be something. But should every spot get points? I think they really need to look hard at these smaller fields because, as we've seen, smaller fields sometimes aren't as competitive.
Right. Would you split the difference and maybe not give as many points but award everybody? Or would you just award maybe the top 5 finishers?
I like something like that where you incentivize maybe normal points, but you incentivize those a high finish.
Right.
As opposed to just kind of some sort of weighted system. That gets even more complicated, and I think the fans already have a hard enough time following the system as it is.
Yeah, Jeff, it's a loaded field. There's no denying some of the, we're talking about the best players in the world, but to give you just a sense, Hideki Matsuyama got 46 world ranking points for this win against 16 other players. Daniel Berger won in Memphis back in June. He got 28. Yeah. Brooks Koepka was in that field. Dustin Johnson was in that field. Phil Mickelson was in that field. Here's the other thing I have a problem with, and it's not just this event. It's World Golf Championships, and I understand they're global. They're no-cut events.
Correct.
It's like big speakeasies. You go there, you play with somebody else's chips, and you leave, and you don't even have to worry about the stress of a cut.
Yeah, and I think more and more people are aware of that sensibility and not comfortable with it. And I think more and more people are also seeing that when we have a full field, as competitive as professional golf is today, it's just a better event. And when you have a smaller field, to give those kinds of points, I'm sorry, it's just nobody's feeling very good about it. Let's put it that way.
Very quickly, if they took away the world ranking points, would the field be as good?
No,
it would not.
No.
Money's still very good.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter.
No, a lot of players would not be down there for this.
Okay, I agree with you. All right, much more to do. Let's go over to LT for the LT sheet.
I love when you say that, Gary. Good stuff. Well, something else we're doing today is continuing with Design Week, and part of that is how you look out on the golf course. We're going to be bringing in an expert on the topic who's going to be looking at some of the fashionable pros, plus run through some of the big-time do's and don'ts so you too, yes, can pull off looks like these. Also, I recently took a trip to the largest golf superstore in the country to take the stress out of your holiday shopping list. And today, it's all about the shoes, baby. Golf footwear. What I found, that's coming up, that is sure to put a smile on your loved ones' faces and make them look and feel great out on the course. We're also going to be taking you back out live to the December Classic, where a World Golf Hall of Famer and 6-time major champ wants to talk Tiger. Sir Nick Faldo, he shares his honest assessment with you on how the host of the Hero World Challenge performed in his first start back for this comeback. You're also going to find out how this is such a busy week for Faldo and his family. Gary Williams, what else do we have on deck?
Well, if you got Jeff Shackelford here, you might as well study one of the great golf courses. And he's been studying this golf course since he was wearing parachute pants back in Southern California. Yes, we will take a look with a Masters champion at a brilliant golf hole. 13 past the hour. It's Morning Drive on a Monday.